Cooper, what are the main things that you want to see translate from what you've been doing here at camp onto the field in the first preseason game?
Yeah, just keep being efficient. Camp's been off to a good start. That second group we've been rolling with has been really impressive. So excited to see those guys get out there with me and start making plays in a game situation.
What do you remember about your first preseason game, and what do you tell the young guys that are starting out for the first time?
Yeah, it was pretty cool that it was a Hall of Fame game, so it was a cool environment to be a part of. And yeah, I tell them, once you're out there, it is just football. It's going to feel like you've been doing it your whole life. You're playing against better players, but you're also playing with better players. That was a thought that I remember having. It's like, oh man, these guys are good too. So that kind of eases you a little bit, and you just go play.
For you personally, what's your goal when you go into a game? Obviously, was it different from that first preseason game to where you go into this now? Just like how different is that, and just what is kind of your goal when you go into it?
Yeah, you just want to go out there and look good. You want to be efficient. You want to move the chains, kind of manage situations, things like that show you can play quarterback. And back then you were trying to make a team, and still it's that same mindset now. And now they're live reps and versus another opponent that gets you right for the real season.
What are some of the things that you learned about yourself from last season that helped you prepare for this season, especially going through training camp and obviously preparing for preseason and regular season?
Yeah, getting those major consistent reps, kind of feeling what it felt like to be a starter, get back in that starter rhythm that it's been a while, all the way since college, and so you got back in that rhythm, understanding what you need to do physically and what you can work on in the off season to prepare for that, and so those are all big.
Describe the differences between last year's offense and this year's offense, obviously with Coach McCarthy calling the plays.
Yeah, fortunately there's not a huge terminology change or shift, which has been nice for us, just enough to make you uncomfortable and you dive back in and study. But it's been pretty smooth. A lot of the same concepts, a lot of the same things, and the way Coach has been running it, teaching it, getting into all the position groups, being on the same page has been impressive.
Going to sound different in your ear with McCarthy instead of Kellen?
Yeah, you get used to it real quick. I think after day one of OTAs, you kind of start getting used to it.
We've started noticing Jalen Brooks out there. Obviously, you've been around him more. What has stood out to you about a rookie wide receiver like him?
Yeah, he wants to learn. He studies. I mean, all those young guys have been, one of the most impressive groups mentally I've ever been with. These guys are on it, so that's why I'm really excited to see him in game action. And yeah, Jalen's big, fast, can really run, really rangy, and he's out there competing every day.
Jalen Tolbert said that he felt like he was kind of at a 2 out of 10 last year, and feels like he's like at a 6 out of 10 now. What is the progression you've seen from him from year over?
Yeah, major confidence. The guy's just got confidence now. He's obviously worked hard in the offseason on a lot of the fundamental stuff, but now he's just playing fast, playing free, I think. He's made some really tough contested catches. So it's really great to see, and that happens a lot in that year 1 to year 2 jump. A lot of it is just confidence-based. You kind of learn how to play in the NFL, and he's doing it.
What's it like having Brandon Cooks added to that receiving front?
Yeah, he's been great as a veteran presence in there. I think talking about Jalen, he's helped Jalen a ton, and that guy can still roll. He can still play, man. Oh my gosh, he can run, and he's gonna be a big weapon.
You obviously around Moore a lot. What's the change been like for you with Brian Schottenheimer now in the room?
Yeah, he's been great. It's the consistency of what we're taking from meetings to each position group. I think the cohesiveness of the coaching points, the plan, how we're doing things. He's kind of been running that, and it's been really impressive. We're on it. Guys are, I'd say, more ahead than usual, especially younger guys, and that's because of him.
How much do you have to adjust your cadence to try and sound like Dak?
Yeah, it's not too hard. Every QB tries to be the same. When you're in there's always a little bit of flow change, but those guys are so good up front. It takes one snap and they're ready. They're onto the new guy, and but we do a good job of practicing that, trying to sound the same.
Because to us, it's pretty noticeable when he starts it off with "Here we go," and then now it seems like you guys have tried to emulate or at least get close to it. Is that something you've had to do so that it sounds seamless if you have to step in?
Yeah, whatever they're doing, you got to do it. Yep.
Is there anything specific you're trying to accomplish in the preseason, or just staying consistent?
Yeah, staying consistent. These are live action game reps you can take with you to the season. Situational football, you get all that real game time experience.
Thanks, Cooper.
Thanks for the
all right.
time.
Yep, thanks, guys.